Today we'll be going through women warriors across the world of mythology. 1. Artemis. In Greek mythology, Artemis stands out as a goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and wild animals. She is a fierce protector of women and children, embodying independence and strength. Daughter of Zeus and Leto and twin sister to Apollo, Artemis was known for her unyielding virginity and prowess with a bow and arrow. She roamed forests with her band of nymphs, often avenging wrongs against women. Artemis played a pivotal role in myths such as the Caledonian boar hunt and the story of Actaeon, a hunter who was turned into a stag for spying on her during a bath. With her dual role as a huntress and protector, Artemis symbolizes the balance between ferocity and nurturing, a true warrior in spirit and deed. 2. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war, was a strategist, not a brute force warrior. Born fully armored from the forehead of Zeus, she was revered for her intellect and ingenuity in battle. Athena's wisdom guided heroes like Odysseus, Perseus, and Heracles, earning her the title of the goddess of heroic endeavor. She was also a patron of crafts and cities, with Athens named in her honor. Her mythological narratives include the gifting of the olive tree to humanity and the weaving contest with Arachne. With her helmet, shield, and the fearsome aegis adorned with Medusa's head, Athena is an archetype of calculated power and strategic dominance, embodying the ideal of a warrior whose mind is as sharp as her weapons. 3. Valkyries. In Norse mythology, the Valkyries were fierce shield maidens serving Odin, the All-Father. These warrior women descended from the heavens to battlefields, choosing which warriors would die and which would live. The chosen dead, known as Einherjar, were taken to Valhalla, Odin's hall, to prepare for Ragnarok, the end of the world. The Valkyries were not only warriors but also supernatural figures of beauty, mystery, and strength. Myths depict them riding through the sky on horses, armed with spears, adorned in shimmering armor. Figures like Brynhilde, a Valkyrie punished by Odin and later made mortal, appear in epic sagas such as the Volsunga. As symbols of fate and power, the Valkyries stand as enduring icons of female strength and warrior spirit. 4. Durga, in Hindu mythology, is the ultimate warrior goddess, known for her triumph over Mahishasura, the buffalo demon. Created by the combined energies of the gods, she embodies their collective strength to protect the cosmos from evil. Durga is depicted riding a lion or tiger, wielding weapons in her multiple hands, symbolizing her invincibility and power. Her story is celebrated during Navratri, a 9-day festival in her honor. Durga's battle against Mahishasura lasted for days, showcasing her unyielding determination and courage. She represents the ultimate protector, fierce yet nurturing, embodying Shakti, the divine feminine energy. Her myth teaches lessons about the power of resilience, the necessity of righteous battle, and the victory of good over evil. 5. Fu Hao was a legendary warrior and queen of China during the Shang dynasty, circa 1250 BCE. She served as both a military general and high priestess, commanding armies of up to 13,000 soldiers. Married to King Wu Ding, Fu Hao's military campaigns were critical in defeating rival tribes like the Tu and Chong. Her story is unique as it's rooted in historical evidence, with her tomb unearthed in 1976 revealing a treasure trove of artifacts and inscriptions. The contents, including weapons and oracle bones, highlight her dual role as a warrior and spiritual leader. Fu Hao's life defied traditional gender roles, proving that women could lead on the battlefield and in religious ceremonies with equal valor and wisdom. 6. Brigid, a central figure in Celtic mythology, was a goddess of many aspects, including warfare, poetry, and healing. She embodied the balance between destruction and renewal, traits vital to her warrior aspect. Brigid's fiery nature is evident in her association with the forge and inspiration, connecting her to weapons and creativity. Myths often depict her aiding warriors in battle and lamenting their loss with heartfelt poetry, emphasizing her dual role as a fighter and nurturer. She was also revered for her healing powers, offering solace to the wounded. Brigid's legacy was so profound that she transitioned into Christian lore as Saint Brigid, blending pagan and Christian traditions. Her story inspires strength, resilience, and the seamless blending of warrior prowess with compassion. 7. Penthesilea, Queen of the Amazons in Greek mythology, was a formidable warrior who joined the Trojan War on the side of the Trojans. Daughter of Ares, the god of war, and Atra, the founder of the Amazons, Penthesilea was unmatched in combat. She sought to restore her honor after accidentally killing her sister by dying a noble death in battle. Her prowess was legendary, and she struck fear into the hearts of her enemies. However, her life ended tragically at the hands of Achilles, who was said to fall in love with her beauty and valor after killing her. Penthesilea symbolizes the Amazonian spirit of fierce independence and martial skill, leaving a legacy of courage and strength. 8. Skadi, a Norse giantess and goddess, is associated with hunting, skiing, and winter. After her father, Jotzi, was killed by the gods, she donned armor and weapons to seek vengeance. Her strength and determination impressed the gods, who offered her a choice of a husband as compensation. Skadi's story highlights her resilience and independence, as she chose her path and stood against even the mighty Aesir gods. Often depicted with a bow and skis, Skadi embodies the untamed power of nature and the spirit of a lone warrior. Her myth reminds us of the strength found in self-reliance and the fierce courage to fight for justice and personal honor. 9. Mulan. Yes, Mulan from the Disney films is based on a real person, Hua Mulan, a legendary Chinese warrior from the Northern Wei dynasty, 4th to 6th century. According to the Ballad of Mulan, she disguised herself as a man to take her father's place in the army. For 12 years, Mulan fought valiantly, earning the respect of her peers while keeping her identity a secret. When offered rewards by the emperor, she declined and returned home to her family. Hua Mulan's story is one of bravery, filial piety, and breaking societal norms. She remains a symbol of courage and devotion, inspiring countless generations with her fearless determination to protect her family and country while staying true to herself. 10. Kali, the Hindu goddess of destruction and fierce combat, represents the ultimate warrior against evil. She emerged from the brow of Durga during a battle with demons and immediately began her rampage to protect the world. Depicted with wild hair, a garland of skulls, and wielding weapons in multiple hands, Kali embodies untamed power. Her most famous myth involves her slaying the demon Raktabija, whose blood would spawn new demons whenever it touched the ground. Kali's ferocity ensured that she consumed his blood before it could multiply. Despite her fearsome image, Kali symbolizes the destruction of ego and ignorance, paving the way for transformation and liberation. She teaches that true strength lies in embracing and mastering one's inner chaos. 11. Atalanta, a heroine in Greek mythology, was a renowned huntress and warrior known for her swiftness and skill. Abandoned at birth and raised by a she-bear, she grew up in the wilderness, developing extraordinary physical prowess. Atalanta became famous for her role in the Caledonian boar hunt, where she was the first to wound the beast. Despite societal pressure to marry, she set an impossible challenge for her suitors, a foot race where she would marry only if she were defeated. Using her speed and wit, she remained undefeated until tricked by Hippomenes, who used golden apples gifted by Aphrodite to distract her. Atalanta's story showcases a woman unafraid to defy norms and embrace her independence and strength. 12. Hypsipyle, a queen in Greek mythology, was a figure of resilience and cunning. As the queen of Lemnos, she saved her father, King Thoas, from being murdered by the women of the island who sought vengeance against all men. Disguising him and helping him escape, she demonstrated compassion and resourcefulness. Later, Hypsipyle encountered the Argonauts, including Jason, and became his lover, bearing him twin sons. Despite her trials, including being enslaved after her betrayal was discovered, Hypsipyle's courage and intelligence made her a notable figure. Her actions reflected the complexities of loyalty, survival, and strength in the face of adversity. 13. Medea, a sorceress and princess of Colchis, was one of Greek mythology's most complex and formidable women. Known for her intellect and mastery of magic, she played a pivotal role in helping Jason and the Argonauts obtain the Golden Fleece. Betraying her family out of love for Jason, Medea used her cunning to outwit her enemies, including slaying a dragon. However, Her story takes a dark turn when Jason's betrayal drives her to commit acts of vengeance, including the murder of their children. Medea's tale is one of passion, power, and tragedy, highlighting her as a woman who defied conventions and wielded immense influence, for better or worse. 14. Shield maidens were legendary female warriors in Norse mythology and sagas, embodying strength and bravery. They fought alongside men in battles, defying traditional gender roles in Viking society. Figures like Lagertha, famed in the sagas, exemplify the shield maiden spirit, displaying both martial prowess and independence. Some shield maidens, like Brynhildr, were also associated with Valkyries, blurring the lines between mortal and divine warriors. They are celebrated for their courage and skill, with historical evidence suggesting that women in Viking culture occasionally took up arms. Shield maidens remain symbols of empowerment and resilience, their legacy inspiring tales of fearless women who shaped their destinies. 15. Brisingamen, though primarily known as a necklace of immense beauty and power in Norse mythology, has connections to themes of protection and warrior spirit. Owned by Freya, the goddess of love, beauty, and war, Brisingamen symbolized her strength and divine status. Freya's association with this artifact highlights her duality as both nurturer and fierce protector. She was willing to go to great lengths, even participating in battles, to safeguard her people and treasures. Brisingamen's story intertwines with Freya's, showcasing her as a warrior goddess who balanced grace with ferocity, embodying the strength found in beauty and the power to defend what is cherished. 16. Skathach, a legendary warrior woman in Celtic mythology, was a master of combat and teacher of heroes. Residing on the Isle of Skye, she ran a renowned warrior training school. Her most famous pupil was Ku Chulin, to whom she taught the secrets of martial arts and the deadly Gi-Bolg technique. Skathach's name means shadow, reflecting her enigmatic and formidable nature. She is depicted as both a fierce warrior and a wise mentor, embodying the dual roles of protector and guide. Her legacy lives on as a symbol of skill, discipline, and the transformative power of knowledge and training. 17. The Morrigan, a goddess in Irish mythology, is associated with war, fate, and sovereignty. Often depicted as a trio of sisters, she embodies the cycle of life and death. The Morrigan appeared on battlefields, influencing the outcome with her power to shape destiny. She could transform into a crow or raven, signaling doom to her enemies. Her complex character blends destruction and renewal, as she also symbolized the fertility of the land. The Morrigan's presence in myths like the Táin Bua Quailnge highlights her as a protector of Ireland and its people. She remains an enduring figure of power, transformation, and the fierce spirit of the warrior. 18. Tomarus, a queen of the Masashte, is celebrated as a fierce warrior and leader who defended her people against the Persian Empire. In 530 BCE, she faced Cyrus the Great, one of history's most powerful conquerors. When diplomacy failed, Tomarus led her forces into battle, defeating the Persians and slaying Cyrus. Her victory was marked by her boldness and unyielding spirit, refusing to succumb to threats or deceit. Tomarus is remembered for her defiance and courage, standing as a symbol of resistance against oppression. Her story reflects the strength and determination of a leader who prioritized her people's freedom and sovereignty. 19. Zenobia, the queen of the Palmyrene Empire, was a formidable and ambitious leader who ruled during the 3rd century CE. Known for her intelligence, courage, and strategic mind, Zenobia challenged the might of Rome, leading a rebellion that expanded her empire across Egypt and Asia Minor. Born in modern-day Syria, Zenobia claimed descent from Cleopatra and embraced her legacy of strong female leadership. After the assassination of her husband, King Odenathus, she took the throne as regent for her young son and quickly demonstrated her ability to govern and conquer. Despite her eventual defeat by Emperor Aurelian, Zenobia's legacy as a warrior queen and a symbol of defiance against imperial domination endures. Her life has inspired countless stories, highlighting her as one of history's most extraordinary women warriors. 20. Oya, the Orisha of the Niger River in Yoruba mythology, is a powerful and multifaceted warrior spirit. Revered as the goddess of wind, lightning, fertility, fire, and magic, She embodies transformation and fierce protection. Oya is often depicted with a whirlwind, symbolizing her ability to bring change and sweep away obstacles. As a protector of women and a guardian of the dead, she is deeply respected in African and diaspora traditions. Her association with the elements makes her a formidable force in both the physical and spiritual realms. Oya is also celebrated for her role as a companion to Shango, the Orisha of thunder, and her independence and strength in her own right. Through rituals, songs, and dances, Oya's devotees honor her as a warrior who brings both destruction and renewal, embodying the dualities of life and nature. 21. The legendary Candace of Meroe, the title Candace, used by queens of the ancient kingdom of Meroe in Nubia, modern-day Sudan, represents a line of powerful and militaristic women rulers. One particular Candace, often celebrated in legend, is said to have confronted Alexander the Great, deterring his invasion of her lands through her strategic prowess and defiance. Though her actual name is lost to history, her title and deeds speak volumes about the strength of Meroitic queens, who often ruled as equals or even superior to their male counterparts. These queens wielded power both in governance and on the battlefield, leaving a legacy that highlights the significant role of women in ancient African societies. The Candaces are a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of warrior queens in history. 22. Woman Chief, circa 1806-1858, was a Crow warrior and leader renowned for her bravery and leadership skills. Originally born into the Gros-Ventre people, she was captured and adopted by the Crow, where she rose to prominence as a war leader. Woman Chief gained respect for her abilities in battle, her diplomatic acumen, and her dedication to her people. She led war parties and negotiated alliances, earning her a place among the male chiefs. Her unique position as a female leader in a male-dominated sphere highlights the Crow people's recognition of merit and skill over gender. Woman Chief's life stands as a powerful reminder of women's capacity to lead and protect their communities even in the most challenging circumstances. 23. Running Eagle, also known as Brown Weasel Woman, was a legendary Blackfoot warrior who broke traditional gender roles to become a respected leader. After her husband was killed in a raid by the Crow people, Running Eagle vowed to take up arms and defend her tribe. She proved herself in battle, leading raids and earning the respect of her community. Running Eagle's courage and determination led her to be honored with the rare distinction of being named a war chief, a title usually reserved for men. Her story inspires and reminds us that strength and leadership are not confined by gender, and her legacy lives on in the oral traditions of the Blackfoot people. 24. Itzpapalotl, meaning obsidian butterfly, is a fearsome skeletal warrior goddess in Aztec mythology. She ruled over Tamoanchan, a paradise realm associated with the origins of humanity and the afterlife. Known for her dual nature of beauty and terror, Itzpapalotl wielded obsidian blades as her weapons and had butterfly wings tipped with knives. As a protector of souls and a guide through the afterlife, she embodied both creation and destruction. Her fearsome visage served as a reminder of the delicate balance between life and death. Worshippers honored her with rituals and sacrifices, seeking her protection and guidance. Itzpapalotl's unique role as a warrior and a guardian highlights the complexity of Aztec beliefs about life, death, and the divine. 25. Maria Quiteria, 1792-1853, is celebrated as a heroine of Brazilian independence. Disguising herself as a man, she joined the Brazilian forces in their fight against Portuguese rule. Her bravery and skill in battle quickly set her apart, and she was promoted to the rank of cadet and later to alferez, second lieutenant. When her true identity was discovered, her courage and contributions earned her respect and recognition, including a commendation from Emperor Pedro I. Maria Quiteria's actions broke gender barriers and demonstrated that patriotism and valor know no bounds. Today, she is remembered as a trailblazer for women's participation in military service and a symbol of Brazil's fight for freedom. 26. Kudelin, a 13th-century Mongol princess, was the daughter of Kaidu Khan and a descendant of Genghis Khan. Renowned for her strength and skill in wrestling, she vowed to marry only a man who could defeat her in combat. None succeeded, and legend has it she won hundreds of horses from her would-be suitors. Kudelin was not just a wrestler. She was also a fierce warrior who fought alongside her father, leading troops into battle and defending their territory. Her independent spirit and martial prowess challenged traditional gender roles, earning her admiration and respect. Cuchulainn's story has endured as a symbol of female empowerment and the possibilities of defying societal expectations. 27. Ingmui, a legendary figure in Chinese martial arts history, is credited with creating Wing Chun, a kung fu system designed for smaller individuals to defend against larger opponents. As a Shaolin monastery abbess, Ingmui developed her techniques based on efficiency and precision, emphasizing speed and technique over brute strength. Her methods were revolutionary, making martial arts accessible to women and others who lacked physical size or strength. Ingmui's teachings have been passed down through generations, forming the foundation of Wing Chun and influencing other martial arts disciplines. Her legacy is celebrated not only for her innovations in martial arts, but also for her role in empowering individuals through self-defense and discipline. 28. Empress Jingu, a semi-legendary figure in Japanese history, is celebrated for her military leadership and vision. According to tradition, she led an army to invade Korea after receiving divine guidance from the gods. Her campaign, though debated historically, is remembered for showcasing her strategic acumen and determination. Empress Jingu ruled as a regent after the death of her husband, Emperor Choi, and is credited with stabilizing Japan during her reign. She is venerated as a kami, spirit, in Shinto tradition, embodying strength, courage, and wisdom. Empress Jingu's story has inspired generations, symbolizing the power of female leadership and the divine right to rule. 29. The Trung sisters, Trung Trak and Trung Ni, are national heroines in Vietnam who led a rebellion against Chinese domination in the 1st century AD. Born into a noble family, they were inspired to fight after Trung Trak's husband was executed by the Chinese authorities. Rallying an army of both men and women, the sisters successfully liberated their homeland and ruled as queens for several years. Despite their eventual defeat, their resistance became a symbol of Vietnamese independence and resilience. The Trung sisters are honored annually in Vietnam, their legacy serving as a reminder of the courage and strength of women in the face of oppression. 30. Boudica, the queen of the Iceni tribe in ancient Britain, is remembered as a fierce leader who led a revolt against Roman occupation in 60 to 61 AD. After her husband's death, the Romans attempted to seize her lands and mistreated her family, sparking her rebellion. Boudica united various tribes, leading a massive army that destroyed several Roman settlements, including Londinium, modern London. Though ultimately defeated, her bravery and determination made her a symbol of resistance and national pride. Boudica's story has been celebrated in literature, art, and history, embodying the spirit of defiance and the fight for justice. 31. Joan of Arc, or Jeanne d'Arc, is a legendary figure in French history, revered for her role in the 100 Years' War. Born to a peasant family in 1412, she claimed to have received visions from God instructing her to support Charles VII and drive the English out of France. Disguised as a man, Joan led French forces to several victories, including the lifting of the siege of Orleans. Captured by the English, she was tried for heresy and burned at the stake at the age of 19. Joan was canonized as a saint in 1920 and remains a symbol of courage, faith, and patriotism. 32. Io, a lesser-known Greek war goddess, is associated with the destruction and chaos of battle. Often depicted as a companion of Ares, the god of war, Io delights in bloodshed and the razing of cities. Her presence on the battlefield symbolizes the carnage and devastation of war, and she is sometimes referred to as the waster of cities. Despite her minor role in Greek mythology, Io's embodiment of the destructive nature of war serves as a stark reminder of its consequences. Her character adds depth to the pantheon of war deities, highlighting the darker aspects of conflict. 33. Camilla, an Amazon-like warrior in Roman mythology, was the queen of the Volsci, an ancient Italic tribe. Renowned for her incredible speed and agility, she could run so swiftly that she appeared to fly over the ground. Camilla was a devoted follower of the goddess Diana and fought valiantly in the war between the Trojans and the Latins, siding against Aeneas. Her prowess in battle and unwavering loyalty made her a formidable opponent, though she ultimately met her demise in combat. Camilla's story celebrates female strength and martial skill, leaving a lasting impression in Roman mythological tradition. 34. Freya, a central figure in Norse mythology, is the goddess of love, beauty, fertility, and war. As the sister of Freyr and daughter of Njrr, she possesses a complex and multifaceted nature. Freya is associated with the Valkyries and the afterlife, guiding half of the slain warriors to her hall, Sessrumnir, in Folkvanger. She is also linked to magic and prophecy, often sought for her wisdom and power. Freya's beauty and strength make her one of the most beloved and revered deities in Norse lore, embodying both the nurturing and fierce aspects of femininity. 35. Ishtar, one of the most prominent deities in Mesopotamian mythology, is the goddess of love, fertility, and war. Known as Inanna in Sumerian tradition, she represents the dualities of creation and destruction. Ishtar is often depicted as a fierce and independent figure, unafraid to challenge gods and mortals alike. Her descent into the underworld is a key myth, symbolizing death and rebirth. Worshipped across the ancient Near East, Ishtar's influence extended to many cultures, and her legacy can be seen in later goddesses of love and war. Her story highlights the power and complexity of divine femininity, making her a timeless symbol of strength and resilience. 36. Akadevi was a remarkable princess of the Chalukya dynasty of Karnataka in the 11th century. She served as a governor of an area called Kishukadu and demonstrated her prowess not just as an administrator but also as a formidable general. Akadevi's most notable feat was her successful siege of the fort of Gakaj, modern-day Gakuk, to quell a rebellion. Her leadership and tactical brilliance earned her respect among her peers and solidified her legacy as a warrior princess. Her ability to govern and lead in battle makes her a symbol of strength and determination in Indian history. 37. Qing Shi, often referred to as the Pirate Queen of China, commanded one of the most powerful pirate fleets in history during the 18th and 19th centuries. Her fleet consisted of over 300 ships and an army of 20,000 to 40,000 pirates. She created a strict code of conduct for her crew, including rules on fair distribution of loot and treatment of prisoners. Qing Shi's leadership was so effective that she managed to evade capture and negotiate a pardon from the Chinese government, retiring comfortably. Her story remains an extraordinary example of leadership and resilience. 38. The Dahomey Amazons, or Nanmaitan, our mothers in the Fon language, were an all-female military regiment in the Kingdom of Dahomey, located in present-day Benin. Known for their fearlessness and martial skill, they were considered some of the fiercest warriors in African history. The Dahomey Amazons were highly trained and served as both a protective force for their king and as offensive soldiers in campaigns. Their bravery and discipline inspired awe and fear in equal measure, and their legacy continues to be celebrated as a testament to the strength and valor of women warriors. 39. Kahina, whose name means female seer, was a Berber warrior queen and prophetess who lived in North Africa during the 7th century. She is celebrated for her resistance against the Arab conquest of the Maghreb region. Leading her people with unmatched determination, Kahina successfully held off advancing forces for several years. Her strategic acumen and indomitable spirit made her a revered figure in North African history. Though ultimately defeated, Kahina remains a symbol of defiance and the fight to preserve cultural identity. 40. Nefertiti, queen of ancient Egypt and wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, was a powerful figure during the 14th century BCE. Renowned for her beauty and her iconic bust, she played a central role in Egypt's religious shift to worship Aten, the sun disk. Uniquely, she is depicted in art performing duties of a pharaoh, such as smiting enemies, showcasing her influence and authority. Some speculate she may have ruled briefly after Akhenaten's death, cementing her legacy as a symbol of power and intelligence. And that's it for the video, folks. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the incredible stories of women warriors across mythology and history. Each of these figures stands as a testament to courage, strength, and resilience. From legends to historical accounts, their tales inspire us to look deeper into the rich tapestry of human storytelling. Don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the mysteries of mythology.